Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kate Mbote and I'm your favorite young life coach. If you're new here, kindly subscribe, and if you're a follower, kindly, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe. Today I want us to talk about things that toxic mothers speak to you or tell you. Which are the things that your mother told you as a child, or your mother is telling you as a child, and you're going to identify that this mother is actually toxic. Let me tell you, our mothers are the most loving and affectionate people, and they can mold us into who we are today. Sometimes the way we act, the way we speak, we think is okay because we were molded to do that. But sometimes the things we were told by our mothers as kids have molded us into adulthood, but it's not the right way. And we are going to pass that into other generations and to our kids, thinking that telling your kid that way, that is okay. While in the real sense, we are bringing up a generation of mentally unhealthy kids. One of the things a toxic mother is going to tell you is, one, I carried you and for 9 months and brought you into this world. It's okay to be told that way, but it's not okay if you're consistently told that and you are made to feel like you owe your mother, or it's like you have a debt to repay to her because she carried you into this world. Let me tell you, do you know you didn't ask to be brought into this world? It's a conscious decision that your mother made to actually bring you into this world. For example, if you buy someone a ticket, give them a ticket to a concert place, a musical place, a theater to go watch something or a movie. You may expect them to come or not because one, they didn't ask you to buy that ticket, and two, don't expect them to over appreciate. I'm not saying that don't appreciate your parents, but there's a limit to everything. Sometimes utapata, maybe you don't have enough money to take care of yourself, but you have to take care of all the needs of your mother when she can be able to take care of herself, because apparently she brought you into this world, and apparently she gave birth to you. She did, and we love them for that, and we appreciate them for that, and let us give the the flowers we can be able to give them. Don't kill yourself trying to think that you're not good enough because your mother is still making you feel like you haven't paid that debt, or like you need to pay that debt. The other thing is being compared to other kids. This is going to make you not have a mind of your own. It's going to make you not cultivate into your own self and strength. For example, let's talk about have you ever found that unaambiwa wewe si kama kazini yako na vile kazini yako ni mwerevu and all those things, and we make fun of them as adults, but they are not okay, because most of the time you're going to feel unworthy. You're going to feel like you're not good enough. Someone else is always better than you out there. Well, you should be enough by yourself and know that you are molded into your own strength. That means there is no one like you, and you are only you, and there is no one better than you, because we all exist in our own way. But your parent has made you, your mother has talked to you and made you feel like you're not good like the other person, and therefore you don't have a mind of your own. You always wait for others to think for you so that you can do that thing, because you think other people are better than you. You don't have a way of your own. You always have to look up to other people. You have to look out to other people, what other people are doing, so that you can do that. You always feel this unworthiness. You feel like everyone else is always better than you. And then, have you ever been told you're too sensitive? That means you're either a crybaby or you're too weak. You are conditioned to feel like getting hurt is not okay. You're conditioned to feel like your wounds need to be hidden. That means that no matter how much you get hurt, even as an adult, you cannot talk out, you cannot cry, you cannot express your emotions because you've been conditioned to be this kind of a person who cannot talk, who cannot say how they're feeling. Because apparently, if they cry or they say what they're feeling, they're too weak, or they're too sensitive, or they're crybabies, and it's not okay. It's okay for you to get validated in your own emotions. It's okay to tell your kids that, crying is okay. How are you feeling? It's okay for you to feel that. It's all right for you to be feeling that, but you need to calm down. You bring up a generation of very much healthy kids whereby they know that it's okay to feel how they're feeling. And that's that. If they know how they're feeling, then the next step is they are going to know how to actually work on controlling their emotions so they don't outburst on them. What happens is when you pack up your owns and your words, and I talked about this on my last video, is that you're going to outburst at some point. You're going to come out. And that's why you find that there are very aggressive people out here. Have you ever found a person who is actually acting out? Do you know that it might be as from a childhood trauma, because they feel they have been compared to other people. And so when you make them feel a little bit of sensitivity, feel like you're downgrading them, then they act out, they beat you up because they hate it. They hate to feel unworthy. You find suicide, people committing suicide because they feel unworthy. They feel like everyone around them is succeeding and they're not succeeding. They have to be like that other person who owns a car at 21 and all those kind of a thing. And then the fourth thing is, you're too smart but you're lazy. That means you're smart, okay, but you're too lazy. And it's not like you're lazy, it's because you're not doing what they want you to do. Have you ever tried a different career and your parents made you feel like, you should not be doing that career? Stop being a mechanic. Doctors are the greatest people in this world. Stop being a mechanic. So come become a doctor. Mechanic is laziness and all that, it's dirty and all that thing. Like, yes, they make you, yes, your mother is going to tell you you're smart, but they're going to make you feel like now, because you haven't, there's that thing, they feel like they have failed in their life, and that means you have to prosper more than them. But if you decide to follow your own path, then it's not right, period. For them, it's not right for you to follow your path. You have to listen to them because you have to outdo them. Of course, everyone wants to outdo their parents. They want to be better than their parents. Your parents want you to be better than, your parents want their kid to be better than them in all aspects of life. But one thing is for sure, just because you're following your path and you're being made to feel like you're lazy for following your path and not doing things at the at the extent they want you to do it, then they are going to make you feel lazy. Your neighbor just bought a new car. You're 32. Why haven't you bought a new car? Why don't you have two cars? Why don't you have five kids? Like, blah 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 and that. Yes, you're smart, but you're too lazy. You're delaying your life, that and that and that and that and that. And you find out that you're rushing in life. You're trying, actually, you don't cultivate your strength. What you've done is you're being shamed and humiliated into working hard. That means you work with vengeance to show your parents you're better. You try so much hard to be a dancer so that they can see you're a good dancer. You try hard so much to be a doctor so that they see you have actually succeeded in life. You don't do it because you feel like you need your own growth. There is that thing whereby you work so very hard because you need to get your own growth. But right now, you're working very hard because you've been shamed, and you feel like you need to show your parents that you're good enough. You need to show your parents that you can actually doing it. You can do it. That means you're being shamed to doing something. You've been belittled, someone is belittling you, so you means that you need to show them that you're this strong person, this great person who can actually achieve things. Yes, you can, but you don't need to be shamed into doing them. The other thing they are going to tell you is, how are people going to see you in that? That's the fake thing. You mean people are going to see you like that? Have you ever dressed and someone just like, instead of telling you, you know, that outfit is very nice, very beautiful, but doesn't fit in for the occasion. Maybe you can try something different. Maybe because it's an official meeting, you can try wearing a suit or an official trouser, or a dress that is decent. But then there's that mother who is going to be asking you, are people going to see you like that? That means you're not ever going to be comfortable in your own skin, and that is going to actually bother you very much. And do you know why it's going to bother you? Because you're going to always think that no one is ever going to see you in a good way. Other people, when they look at you, instead of love, you're going to receive hate. If your own mother is hating on you, then who is going to love you? That is always your question in mind. So if your parent is always making you feel like the way you're dressed, how you look is not, so good, and it's not so worth it, then you're going to develop that feeling of unworthiness, and you're going to be sitting in a situation whereby you're not comfortable in your own skin. And the last one is, why am I even bothering with you? You're going to start questioning yourself, am I important? Is someone else ever going to be bothered about me? Is someone else ever going to love me, to be bothered? Is someone else ever going to look at me and see how beautiful I am if my mother is hating on me? If no one is bothering about me, then who will ever love me? You know, it's it's okay for them to discipline you, but disciplining you in a way that is making you feel like, you know, in shaming you and making you feel unworthiness in it is not okay. Yes, they should bother, they should show you affection, they should love you, because if you're loved and shown affection, then you're not going to cling, you're not going to, have all these dusts to be loved. Or most of the time, you're going to find out someone is loving you, but you're just wondering, why is the person bothering? Because my mother doesn't bother, and my mom has told me that she has shown me that. Why is she bothering with me? Because am I that important? Then that means you're going to develop this feeling of you're not good enough, you're not important, and this shapes us as adults. And most of this time, I've said, you find people acting out, suicide, clinging, attachment issues, anxious attachment. They don't want to get too close because they're wondering if they're good enough, if people actually do truly bother about them, if people do actually care about them, because they have been molded into that. And most of the time, the things we are going through as adults, we are not addressing them from the root cause that has been is our childhood. And those are the seven, I don't know if it's 7 or 6 points that can actually show you that the way your mother is talking to you, the way your mom is treating you is actually toxic. And I say that mothers are great, and mothers are important to our lives, and they're the most important people in our lives, but they can also be toxic. And it's for you to identify them. If at your adulthood, deal with them so that you can be able to associate with other people, because even being compared to other kids can make you isolate yourself, so that you can have a great social life, so that you can work on yourself, so that you can bring up generations of very much mentally health people and kids. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. See you on my next video.